I'm Rory Carlson. I'm the corporate controller at Superior Construction. We focus on heavy civil. Our annual revenues range anywhere from $600 to $700 million, and we have about 1,600 employees that work for us currently. So we used to have multiple card programs. We had a fuel card program, we had a T&E card program, and then we even had another, I wouldn't say personal card, but let's say executive card program. So we literally had 3 programs that we had to reconcile and code each and every month. So having it all on one program is a big deal. So then sometimes people had 2 cards. Now they only have 1 card. So that's really helped us consolidate things. And with our scalability too, I mean, we've grown, from $300 million company to $600 to $700 million company. So our card volume has grown too. So if we were still on the system of having 3 different card programs, that would be very hard to manage. And I probably would have 2 more people on the team. That'd be their sole focus. So that's definitely helped to consolidate things. So we use Viewpoint by Vista, which when we heard about Comdata, formerly and now Corpay, they're a big partner of Viewpoint. So they're at the conference, we kind of hit things off right away and saw that there's a really good opportunity out there to utilize a system like that. And the integration piece, it kind of just even flowed right into our system, and there's a lot of probably other players before us that helped with the integration and built a lot of that out. So it was more of a plug and play for us where we were able to implement that, and it really wasn't much of a heavy lift per se. And the reconciliation process is pretty seamless now, and it's made life a lot easier on the accounting end for sure. So we have about 3,000 jobs in our system. So with those jobs, there's maybe anywhere from 20 codes in a job to 200 codes. And then each code has a different cost type. So having the ability to, when you capture a receipt, you can have the functionality to code it right there in the spot's a big deal. Where I remember back in the day, you have the transactions come through and you'd have your reconciliation each month and you're handwriting everything and stuff's going in the wrong buckets. And at the end of the day, we're having to do more time fixing the costs going in the wrong bucket instead of having it right on the front end. And then also that proper approval too. So the operations team, they don't get upset that cost is hitting their job they weren't aware of. They're aware of it, they're coding it there. If it's wrong, it's because they coded it wrong. Because I used to go through the manual credit card bills back in the day, and there was 200 sheets where I'd literally flip through and handwrite all the codes in there. The team would help out. I mean, it was a multiple person process, and it took up a lot of time and bandwidth, where once we had a program in place where it was all, coded right there in the spot, we're able to export that data and import it into our accounting ERP solution, really eliminate a lot of man hours, where we can have those man hours focused on stuff that's more impactful to the business instead of coding stuff manually. So we've been in business for, it's our 85th anniversary this year. So we're actually a 4th generation owned company, which is pretty unique. The current owner's in his 30s and he's looking to grow the company. So when I started at Superior 14 years ago, we're only in 2 states. We're in 7 states now, so we're continuing to expand our market share. And we have 6,000 transactions on a monthly basis. It's a lot to handle. And having a system like Expense Track and Corpay to kind of put it all in one system and track it all and have the proper approvals, make sure there's nothing shady going on with our transactions has been a big deal for Superior. So the big thing on the fraud side is there's fraudulent activity almost every day, unfortunately, in our business. And having the proper procedures in place where you get a text message, or the new thing that Expense Track recently rolled out, those push notifications, that's been really good in real time, where someone gets a notification like, I didn't make that purchase. They can call our administrator and say, I didn't make this. We can report the fraudulent activity immediately and get the refund. So we're able to be more proactive on that, so we're not chasing our tails trying to ask for a refund 3 months down the road. We know in real time, so we can ensure that money's back in our pockets. Cash is king, right? That's can't overstate that enough. And having the proper forecast in place where we can forecast things internally, not only on a 90-day basis, but we have an 18-month look ahead. And being able to track that and utilize and kind of look at the reports that we have too and what our spends are, we can kind of know what our payments are going to be for the next 18 months. So having that historical data and tracking all that, it's been very impactful for us to have a very accurate cash forecast, which our external parties like our banks and sureties are really pleased with. We've really pushed the team, incentivized the team as well to constantly be on the offensive side of our vendors to really push to get the vendors on credit service payments. Not only the payments are received by the vendor in a more timely fashion. Our bank balances are more accurate because who knows when a check's going to get cashed, but then also too, it eliminates our fraudulent activity because unfortunately I couldn't tell you how many times we've been on check washing and the nonsense that goes on with all the criminals out there that take our checks and do whatever they want with them, and at the end of the day we've lost money because of that. So we're trying to eliminate checks as much as possible. We are able to focus on things that, like I said before, make a bigger impact on the business. And someone from a manual process of manually coding all of our expenses, or there's no proper approval of expenses getting in, there's a fraudulent activity spike. I mean, why would you put those at risk when you can eliminate a lot of that? Not all of it, but a lot of it. And then also too, you can have your employees working on more impactful things. And at the end of the day, instead of thinking like I need to hire 3 more people, you can eliminate that and then you add to the bottom line of the business then. So it kind of means it's a no-brainer in my opinion.